This is madness. We can't cut a tree for energy. We can't have our peat. We're dismantling a plant, I understand, in Roscommon, I've been told. Clary can't prove it, in Lanesborough. A peat generation plant, and it's been exported to Germany, being put into productive use. And the lunatics are running the asylum here.
What do you think of the warnings that we're hearing of potential electricity outages, not only this winter, but for winters in years to come?
Look, I raised that in the Dáil again last week on leaders' questions. I've been raising that with 15 months because Gript had told us they managed and distributed the power around the country, that they had four between November and January last year, which is January 21 and November last 20. They had 2 orange and 2 amber alerts. And what do? We sign up a programme for government that decommissions several peat power plants. The cat is before the horse here. We now see Minister Ryan this morning acknowledging that it would be difficult to keep the lights on for the next 4 years, imagine. And the price increases that have been forced on families. Almost 500 extra home heat and fill for people to heat their houses for the winter. You know, fuel allowance not following on, so the budget needs to look after those people. But this is madness. We can't cut a tree for energy. We can't have our peat. We're dismantling a plant, I understand, in Roscommon, I've been told. Clary can't prove it, in Lanesborough. A peat generation plant, and it's been exported to Germany and being put into productive use. And the lunatics are running the asylum here. And Minister Hackett won't allow farmers who've entered into contracts 30 years ago, 35 some of them now, to plant forestry, to cut the trees without a felling licence. Huge backlog, implying dozens more staff jobs for the boys, just to eradicate and to delay. I'm looking for legislation change here. I want legislation change here in this area because the cost of timber for building materials, builders can't get timber. The housing crisis can't build their houses. The timbers has gone up and doubled and tripled in price. So I want a situation where you plant a crop of potatoes, you plant a crop of wheat, barley, oats, miscanthus. You have an expectation to harvest that the following year without any application for license. I want to be able to reap what we sow. I want legislation change that we don't have felling license for at least under 50 hectares. Ordinary people we looked after. I'm not talking about the quilters and the big conglomerates that they can do vast areas can be environmentally damaged. So this is ridiculous that we have to something that we planted in good faith with a contract. Now we can't harvest it. So I mean the housing crisis is there, but that's been there for several governments, and we'll talk about it all right. And talk is cheap. Housing for all, Maria. Now you know the costs have gone mad. My own town of Clare is one of the highest in the country for price increases. So look, we need to go back to building basic houses, basically. Not everything that Minister Ryan is bringing forward. You know, some are good initiatives regarding home heating and installations, but when you can't get the grants, SEI are oversubscribed by 2 years, so we have the cat before the horse here, and someone must take Minister Ryan out from under the horse and put him behind the horse because, we'll have to let him feel that and live that himself.